Now in this video we're going to talk about rests. Rests are, as you can see there, are signs of silence. In other words, when we see a rest, we don't actually play a note, but they're needed for proper counting of the timing so that we can put rests in the middle of the music to make the music sound correct. Now there are all kinds of different rests, but we're only going to talk about three. In this video we see a quarter rest right here. Quarter rest looks like a backward Z. A quarter rest is equal to a quarter note and will always get a count of 1. Even though they're not playing a note, they do need to count the timing on the note. Then there's a half rest. Now notice it's a little rectangular box filled in above the middle line. It will always be there. A half rest will always be indicated on the middle line of a stave or a staff and will always be above the line. It is equal to the half note and will always get 2 counts. Now there are no dotted half rests like there are dotted half notes. All rests are quarter note, half rest, and then finally the whole rest. In this case it's that same little box again, but this time it's below the 4th line. It will always be below the line and will always be equal to a count of 4. So if we look down here at the song that's right below us, we see examples of this. Now remember, from the time signature we have a 4 over 4. The first 4 means there are 4 counts in the measure, and we see 4 quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the bottom number 4 means that a quarter note gets 1 count. And here we see a whole rest, which is the little black rectangle below the line, and that's worth 4 counts. Properly written music, you have to have the counts have to be accounted for in both the G clef and the F clef. Even though some of the music before this page has not been indicating the rest, properly written music will always indicate the rest. Now let's move over one square, one measure, and here we see 3 quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, and then a quarter rest, so that this measure has 4 counts, but only plays 3 notes with the right hand. And then down below we see a half rest. Remember, that's the rectangle above the line, which gets a count of 2, and a quarter rest, which gets a count of 1. So we have 1, 2, 3 rests where we don't play, and then we do play on the 4th note with the left hand. That's the purpose of rest, because if we didn't indicate the rest in here, then that quarter note would kind of like jump back to being the first note in the measure, and that would not be what the author wanted. He wanted the first note in the F clef for this measure to be played on the 4th count, not the 1st count, 2nd, or 3rd count. And that's the purpose of rest. Thank you.